mom's recipe, and it's really good. It doesn't have any vegetables, it's just chicken and the pastry, but my husband and boys really love it. If you like content like this, please hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and give me a big thumbs up. So without further ado, let's get started. First of all, I'm going to boil my chicken. My recipe calls for the white meat of a chicken, but I'm using leg quarters. I've got 3, so it's probably a little more than what you would get from a chicken, but we like the dark meat, and the leg quarters are only 59 cents a pound, and now with the meat so high, that's not bad. So I've salt and peppered it. I'm adding 2 bouillon cubes to it, and I'm just going to let it boil till it's done. Good and tender and done. Now I'm letting my chicken cool, and I'm saving the broth, and once this is cool, I'll remove it from the bone and we'll pick up from there. I have deboned my chicken and cut it up into bite-sized pieces, and I put it in the bottom of this dish. I put all of it in there. And now I'm going to make my pie crust. This was my mom's recipe, and you need 2 cups of sifted plain flour, and I'm just going to go ahead and sift it before measuring it, because it said 2 cups of sifted, not 2 cups sifted. And there is a difference. So I'm going to sift it, and then I'll get my 2 cups of sifted flour. Just smooth it off. You don't want to pack it, just smooth it off. This is a good flaky pie crust. But you can use any flaky pie crust, just make sure it's flaky. See how much was left over from the 2 cups of flour? That's all that air got in there. Alright. And to that, I want to add 1 teaspoon of salt. Just mix that around with my cutter. Now I want to cut in 2/3 a cup of shortening, and I think shortening is what makes it so flaky. But I do love the taste of butter. Sometimes I use the Pioneer Woman's perfect pie crust recipe. It's good, and it makes a little bit more crust. But I didn't have an egg, and I couldn't share her recipe for pie crust, but this one was my mom's. Get that cut in real good. Clean off that. And now you just want to add in 5 tablespoons of cold water. And you want to mix it with a fork. After each tablespoon. And you probably should use ice water, but this is what I usually use unless I'm doing the Pioneer Woman's. You just want it to come together. You don't want it to be too wet. Should be enough. It's just about together. Turn it out on the board. much. Alright, divide that in half. And the other half, I'm just going to get a tea towel, wet it, and put over it, because this pie is baked in 2 parts, and that way it won't dry out. Okay. Now just roll it out. Roll out very thin. And I'm not a pretty pie crust maker, but to me taste is what matters. I may have to piece it. Now I need 4 cups of the chicken broth. There's a difference between your wet measure and your dry measure. You don't want to mix them. It doesn't matter for a recipe like this so much, but if you're baking, you definitely don't want to mix them. And now I'm just putting a can of cream of chicken soup into my broth. I've got my oven preheating to 350 degrees. I always love this. This pie takes a while to make, but it is so good. But I don't make it very often because, one, it's not very healthy, which is probably why it tastes so good. You just want to mix that soup and broth together. And you pour half of this over your chicken. Alright. And now, you'll use a stick of butter, but we'll use half of it this time. Save the other half for the next go around. Want to cut little slices to go all over it. Hence not being very healthy, but I don't make it very often. When my oldest son found out what I was making, he was excited. He has to go to work, so it gave him something to look forward to. You just want to season it with a little bit of salt and pepper. I wouldn't use too much because I did salt the chicken when I made it. Just a little more though. Alright, and now I just want to take my pie crust and put it over the top. In the holes. I want to bake this till it gets brown, so we'll be back. Okay, I've taken my first pie crust out and it's just starting to turn a little bit brown. Now the second pie crust, you'll want it to get more brown, but since this is going back in the oven, it's okay. And what I want to do now is pour the other half of this chicken broth and cream of chicken soup, excuse me, cream of chicken soup over the pie. I usually probably should have used a 9 by 13 pan, but I didn't. If you use this pie crust, you might want to half it more so it'll fit. And then I need my butter. You want to top this with the other half of your stick of butter. And any leftover chicken broth you have, don't throw it away. You can save it, freeze it for soups, to season your vegetables. I'm cooking my peas and what I have left over. This seasons them very well. And just a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. It's not a hard recipe. It just takes a little time because you're having to do it in steps. And then we just want to add our second crust on top. And since I got holes on the side, that's why you can, so it'll bend. Alright, and I did cut up my oven to 375 so it would kind of go a little faster. I think the 350 was a little too low. So we'll be back. I got it in the oven and I forgot to tell you that you want to, the first time it cooked probably for about 20-25 minutes, and it'll probably take that long the second time too. Here it is, straight from the oven. It smells delicious. And it probably needs to sit for at least 10 minutes. And this pie is one that's even better when it's warmed over the next day. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell. And until next time, bye.